Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter, application of derivatives. In previous chapter we have learned how to find derivative of composite functions, inverse trigonometric functions, implicit functions, exponential functions and logarithmic functions. In this chapter we will learn applications of the derivative in various disciplines. Now we will use derivative to find intervals on which a function is increasing or decreasing. Okay, now I am taking an example to explain the concept of increasing and decreasing functions. Here you can see, consider the function f given by fx equal to x square. Fx equal to x square. Fx equal to x square means y equal to x square, means x square equal to 4ay. It's a parabola. We can draw the parabola like this. Okay, parabola. Now you can see the graph here. As we move, now focus on the left part of the origin. Left part of the origin, this left part of the origin. Here you can see, if we move from left to right, left to right means left to right, left to right means -2 to -1, -1 to 0, like this. We move from left to right. Left to right you can see -2. For -2 the value of the function is this. For -1 the value of this, means the value is decreasing. Value is decreasing. Okay, you can see the table given here. If x equal to -2, then we find the value 4. -3/2, we find the value 9/4. -1, we find the value 1. If we put here y equal to x square, if x is equal to -2, then we will find 4. If the value is -1, then we find 1, like this. Here you can see this value x square, value of x square is decreasing. 4 to 9/4, 9/4 to 1, 1 to 1/4, 1/4 to 0. Now see, -2 and -1. -1 is greater than -2, but the value here of x square is 4 is greater than 9/4. As we are moving from left to right, the value of the height of the graph continuously decreasing. Okay, the function is said to be decreasing for the real number x is less than 0. X is less than 0. The function is continuously decreasing, so we can say the function is decreasing for x is less than 0. Now focus on the right part. Focus on the right side of the function from the origin. Here you can see the value as we move from left to right. Left to right means from origin, left to right, in this direction, left to right. means 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, like this. Then you can see height of the graph is continuously increasing. Continuously increasing. Continuously increasing. Okay. From the table you can see for 0 you get the value 0, 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1. For 1 we get the value 1. For 3 by 2 we get the value 9 by 4. For 2 we get the value 4. Here you can see 0 to 1 by 4, 1 by 4 to 1, 1 to 9 by 4 and 9 by 4 to 1. You can see here the value is increasing continuously. The value is increasing continuously. Okay. By this graph we can say we move from left to right, the height of the graph increasing continuously. The graph continuously increasing. So we can say the function is increasing for the real number x is greater than 0. For x is greater than 0, this function is increasing. Means in the same graph, half part is decreasing and half part is increasing. For x is less than 0, for x is less than 0, the function is decreasing. The function is decreasing, and for this part x is greater than 0, the function is increasing. Okay, clear? Now by this discussion we find the definition. Let I be an open interval contained in the domain of a real valued function f, then f is said to be increasing. The function is said to be increasing on I if x1 is less than x2. If x1 is less than x2 in I, means we consider 2 points in the given interval x1 and x2. x1 for all x1 and x2 belongs to I. Here we have 2 points in the interval x1 and x2. This implies fx1 is less than equal to fx2, then the given function is increasing. Now see the graph. Here you can see 1. For 1 we consider 2 points 1 and 2 in the right hand side of the origin. Here you can see 1 is less than 2. 1 is less than 2. 1 is less than 2. Okay. f1, value of f1 is 1 and value of f2 is 4. Now here you can see f1 is less than f2. It means this condition is satisfied here. So we can say the function is, this function is increasing for x is greater than 0. Okay. Same for strictly increasing. What is the difference between increasing and strictly increasing? Increasing and strictly increasing. Increasing means the graph is increasing continuously. Graph is increasing continuously. It is a condition for strictly increasing. Increasing. Okay. For increasing, the graph is increasing, but maybe like this. Okay. This is the difference between increasing and strictly decreasing. For strictly increasing, fx1, fx2, we cannot use the symbol of equal. Here you can see for increasing or strictly increasing, see the definition of increasing. On the I x1 is less than x2, we are using the sign fx1 is less than equal to, but here we are not using the sign of equal. Okay. Strictly increasing on I if x1 is less than x2 in I, implies that fx1 is less than fx2. Okay, for all x1 x2 belongs to I. Now for the decreasing, x1 is less than x2 in I. This implies that fx1 is greater than equal to fx2. Opposite, x1 is less than x2 and fx1 is greater than fx2. For here you can see minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 1. Consider 2 points here, minus 2 and minus 1. Okay, consider 2 points in this interval, minus 2 and minus 1. Now minus 2 is less than minus 1. Minus 2 is less than minus 1. Minus 2 is less than minus 1. Clear? Then for value of f minus 2, if you will find the value f minus 2, you will get 4. Okay, you will value of f minus 1 is 1. Here you can see f minus 2 means f minus 2 is greater than f minus 1. Here we are using opposite signs. Okay, x1 is less than x2 but fx1 is greater than fx2, so the function is decreasing. Clear? Function is decreasing. Clear? Strictly decreasing, we cannot use the sign of equal. Okay, strictly decreasing means x1 is less than x2 in I, then this implies that fx1 is greater than fx2 for x1 x2 belongs to I. See the graph of some functions. It's a graphical representation of such functions. Here you can see increasing function. The function is increasing. The function is increasing. Okay, this graph is strictly increasing, continuously increasing. Okay, for this part we are not saying this is the strictly increasing, and this is the graph for continuously increasing, so this is strictly increasing function. Decreasing function, you can see the value of the graph is decreasing continuously. Okay, here you can see the graph is decreasing continuously, but the very important graph is here, this graph. Here you can see the graph is increasing and decreasing, so we cannot say the whole function is increasing or decreasing. Sometimes it is increasing, sometimes it is decreasing, so we cannot decide the function is increasing or decreasing. So this graph is neither increasing nor decreasing. Now the theorem, let f be continuous on AB, closed interval AB, and differentiable on open interval AB, then f is increasing on AB if f dash x is greater than 0 for each x belongs to AB. Now let x1 and x2 belongs to AB. Okay, x1 and x2 belongs to AB be such that x1 is less than x2. Now by mean value theorem, we have already discussed this theorem in previous video. Mean value theorem, now recall the mean value theorem. Let f is such that AB tends to R be a continuous function, continuous function on closed interval AB, and differentiable on open interval AB. Then there exist some C in interval AB such that f dash c is equal to f x2 minus f x1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay, now solve this. We can write it as f x2 minus f x1 is equal to f dash c into x2 minus x1, and f dash c is greater than 0. This is the condition, given condition, where now here you can see if f dash x is greater than 0, f dash x is greater than 0, so we are considering this f dash x is greater than 0. Now you can see here f x2 minus f x1 will be greater than 0 by this condition, f dash x is greater than 0, so f x2 minus f x1 will be greater than 0. Now you can see f x2 is greater than f x1. We have, now you can see here, we have in the starting we consider x1 and x2 belongs to AB such that x1 is less than x2. Okay, x1 is less than x2, x1 is less than x2. This implies that f x1 is less than f x2 for all x1 x2 belongs to AB. Okay, hence you can say f is an increasing function in AB. Clear? Any doubt? Here you can see it again, x1 and x2 we consider 2 points which belongs closed interval AB such that this is the condition x1 is less than x2. Okay, by mean value theorem we know the statement f is such that AB tends to R, the means the function is continuous function in closed interval and this function is differentiable on open interval. Then there exists some C in AB such that f dash c, you know the mean value theorem. Mean value theorem is a extension of Rolle's theorem. F dash x is equal to f x2 minus f x1 upon x2 minus x1. Now multiply, cross multiply, we get this, and f dash x is greater than 0. This condition is given in the theorem. Here f dash x is greater than 0. Okay, we put this condition and we find here fx2 minus fx1 is greater than 0. fx2 is greater than fx1. fx2 is greater than fx1. Now we have, therefore we have x1 is less than x2 implies that fx1 is less than fx2 for all x1 x2 belongs to AB. Hence f is an increasing function in closed interval AB. Now here we have some questions to solve. Now the first question is, so that the function fx is equal to 3x plus 17 is strictly increasing on R. Now solve this question. First consider 2 points x1 and x2. Let x1 and x2 be any two points, two numbers in R, then suppose x1 is less than x2. This implies that 3x is less than 3x2. No problem. If you will add 17 on both the side, the sign will be same. Okay, here you can see fx1 is less than fx2, x1 is less than x1 is less than x2, and here we find fx1 is less than fx2. So we can say f is strictly increasing. Okay, clear? Now the second question is, it's a very simple question. Second question, so that fx is equal to e raised to power 2x is strictly increasing. Here you can say find f dash x. F dash x means e raised to power 2x into 2. This function f dash x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to R. For all x belongs to R. It cannot be negative. Therefore f is strictly increasing on R. Simple. Now see, it's a very important question. So that fx is equal to sin x is here. Now find f dash x. F dash x means cos x. Derivative of sin x is cos x. Now the question is, strictly increasing, function is strictly increasing in 0 to pi by 2, strictly decreasing in pi by 2 to pi, and neither increasing nor decreasing in 0 to pi by 2. Now first draw the graph of f dash x. Means f dash x means cos x. Draw the graph of cos x. Draw the graph of cos x means draw like this. It's the origin, and here the point is pi by 2, and here the point is pi. This point is 3 pi by 2. Okay. Now by the graph you can see 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2. In 0 to pi by 2 you can see f dash x is equal to cos x is greater than 0 for 0 to pi by 2. You can see 0 to pi by 2, f dash x, value of f dash x is positive because it's above the x-axis. So this value is positive. So we can say the function is increasing. The function is increasing. So it's increasing. It's increasing for 0 to pi by 2. Now consider pi by 2 to pi. Pi by 2 to pi, if you see pi by 2 to pi, the value of graph, f dash x is less than 0. The value of graph is negative below the x-axis. So f dash x means, now write f dash x for A, for B, f dash x is less than 0 for pi by 2 to pi. So it's decreasing. Now third is very important. Here you can see neither increasing nor decreasing, neither increasing nor decreasing for 0 to pi by 2. Now 0 to pi sorry, 0 to pi means 0 to pi means 0 to pi means 0 to pi 0 to pi 0 to pi by 2, the given function is increasing, and pi by 2 to pi the given function is decreasing. Here you can see 0 to pi suppose, and here the function is pi by 2. In this portion f dash x is greater than 0, and in this portion f dash x is less than 0. For 0 to pi by 2 function is increasing, and for pi by 2 pi the function is decreasing. So the function is neither increasing nor decreasing for 0 to pi. Okay, clear? Find the interval in which the function f is strictly increasing, strictly decreasing, strictly increasing, or strictly. Find the interval. We have to find the interval for which the function is strictly increasing and decreasing. Okay, now the function is fx is equal to 2x square minus 3x. This is the function. Now f dash x, find the derivative of the given function, then you will find 4x minus 3. Now draw a line, number line, and put f dash x equal to 0, then 4x minus 3 is equal to 0, then you will find x equal to 3 by 4. Now start from right hand side, come to the point 3 by 4 and take a turn, and turn like this. Okay, which portion is above the given line? Now you can see this is the line. Which portion is above the line is increasing f dash x. Here f dash x is greater than 0, and below the line this portion is f dash x is less than 0. So here you can write it as f dash x is greater than 0, f dash x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to 3 by 4 to infinity, and here f dash x is less than 0 for all x belongs to minus infinity to 3 by 4. F is decreasing according to the interval. This portion shows my 3 by 4 to infinity for increasing, strictly increasing, and minus infinity to 3 by 4. This interval is for strictly decreasing, strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. Strictly decreasing minus infinity to 3 by 4. Okay, open interval, and 3 by 4 to infinity, it's for strictly increasing. Okay, okay बच्चों, okay, thank you.